sound effects in Ormskirk, and today I'm trying out the Sheriff, new preamp pedal from Victory. And this comes courtesy of tonebuddy.co.uk, a fantastic new website where you can rent out guitar pedals, effects pedals. They've got 500 plus pedals. Go and check them out, tonebuddy.co.uk. Okay, on to the Sheriff then. So this is a preamp pedal. Now this is not meant to go in front of your amplifier. This is meant to go in the effects section of your amplifier, so the effects loop. So what you do is you plug your guitar into the preamp pedal, and then it goes straight out into the front of your amp. Then there's also the effects send on your amp goes into the preamp pedal, and then it goes from the preamp pedal into the effects return. It sounds more complicated than it is. It's just basically 4 cables. One cable goes from the guitar to the pedal, then a cable goes from the pedal to the front of the amp, then the effects section is put into the preamp as well. Hopefully that makes sense. So what you can do is use your guitar and the amplifier just as you normally would, using whatever channels you've got on your guitar amp, but then you can bypass the preamp section on your amp and then use the preamps on the pedal. Now the Sheriff is based on a Plexi type sound, Marshall Plexi. So you've got 2 channels. One's a lower gain, but still got quite a lot of crunch on it. And channel 2 is like a much higher gain. Now it's got a 3-band EQ, really useful EQ. It's got a bright switch, which basically you just set up for whatever sounds best on your amplifier. Just set it and leave it. I found that with all 3 of these preamp pedals, I just put it to a -1, which is just straight up, and that worked best for this amplifier. So depending on the amplifier, the different effects loops, you set that switch and then just forget about it. And then you've got a volume for each channel, so you've got 2 channels, 2 volume controls, which is basically how much gain. And then you've got the master section, which is like the volume. You can just switch between the 2. There's also a remote switch that you can use as well. It doesn't come supplied with it, but I think you can just use any foot switch to change between the channels. So yeah, let's get into it then. So I've got my guitar plugged into the preamp pedal. It's bypassing the preamp of my Marshall amp, going into the 2x12 cab, mic'd up with a Sennheiser 906, straight into my DAW. Let's hear some different sounds. Okay, so all the EQ is straight up at 12 o'clock. I've got the volume around 9 o'clock and master just to set the volume. It sounds like this. Now I've got the volume on 12 o'clock. Volume's at 3 o'clock. I've jumped to channel 2, I've got the volume at 9 o'clock and it sounds like this. Okay, I've changed over to my Les Paul for some humbuckers because we're getting a bit more higher gain now. I've got the volume on channel 2 at 12 o'clock. Channel 2, volume on 3 o'clock. And gain all the way up. So that was the Sheriff from Victory Amps. Fantastic sounding preamp. Goes direct into your power section of your amplifier. Sounds awesome. Thanks for watching this. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, which is Sound Effects. Don't forget to go to tonebuddy.co.uk where you can rent all these pedals out. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier and I'll see you next time.